Alright, what is up friends? Today I just want to demonstrate to you how you can use microSD cards as cartridges, game cartridges within Steam. Just to show you, I've got a new tab here called Installed Card. I can tab over to see all installed. This is my card. I'm going to back out real quick and I'm going to eject the SD card from the Steam Deck. This only works with the onboard microSD card adapter that's on the bottom of the Steam Deck. So it's ejected now. I can go back in and you can see that SD card or installed card section is no longer visible. I'm going to pop it back in here again. Get it back out and then go back into the library just to refresh TabMaster, and there you go. So we've got all of our, there it is, insert a card. All the card games, or the games that are on the card. This one is special, just to show you real quick. This is a non-Steam game running on Heroic Launcher. The way this system works is using Decky Loader, which is the homebrew plugin system for Steam Deck, and using two plugins, MicroSDeck and TabMaster. So just to bring that up real quick, you open up the side menu here, go down to Decky Loader plugins. You can search for them up here in the store. You just type them in. I'll have the names of these in the description. MicroSDeck is the one doing the heavy lifting here. So you can see the two SD cards that I've got set up here so far. So the star shows the one that's installed right now, and I can see I've got all those Steam games and one non-Steam game. To assign a non-Steam game to an SD card, you have to go to Edit. Down here, you hit Manage Non-Steam Games, and you can select which non-Steam game you want. And the important thing is you always have to hit Save. Otherwise, those saves won't, or those changes won't get saved. So, and this system is also great because it saves the inventory on other SD cards. So I can see on my other SD card I have the entire Jackbox Party Pack collection, and here you can also rename the SD card. I think this is for within the Steam library. The other plugin is TabMaster. This is a fantastic plugin in terms of reorganizing your tabs at the top of the Steam Deck system. So a better place to show you is here in the library. You can go up to the top and you can hit the start button on your controller, and you can see edit or reorder tabs. I'm gonna hit edit here. So I've got one just called insert a card. You can tell it's automatically hide when it's empty, meaning there's no games in there, so it'll just disappear like we showed earlier. And then at the bottom here, you can see there's only one filter. It uses the SD card filter and it checks for if a card has been inserted. This TabMaster plugin requires the MicroSDeck plugin to work. It accesses its API to show if there's an SD card and display the games. So, to get into the setup, we gotta go back to desktop mode. I've disabled my desktop pin for now for this demo. Make sure you lock down your systems, guys. I'm gonna put down the controller. So first things first, we need the Decky Loader plugin system. So you can open up any web browser and just Google search for Decky Loader. It'll bring you over to their website. And then you just hit download. So this will save the deckyinstaller.desktop into your downloads folder by default. And it doesn't matter if it's saved there or not. Personally, I just copy it over to the desktop, and when you run it, you have to enter your sudo password. If you haven't set this up yet, just look on YouTube. There's tons of other tutorials to set that up. It's a little bit more in depth for this video. You can update Decky Loader from here, or you can completely wipe Decky Loader. Now, full disclosure, Decky Loader is a homebrew system. It is not backed by Steam, so it happens every once in a while where Steam will push an update for the operating system, and that breaks Decky Loader. And I'll put up on the screen, if I can remember, an image of what that looks like. You'll turn on your Steam Deck, and it comes to like a BIOS crash screen where it asks if you want to retry booting or disable Decky Loader until the next reboot cycle of Steam Deck. If that screen does happen, go ahead and hit disable Decky Loader, then come back to desktop mode and go or run this Decky installer system to update to the latest release. hopefully that should fix it. If all else fails, just wipe Decky Loader off, give your system a reboot, then install the latest version of Decky Loader. They might have on the changelog or on their Discord whether or not the Decky Loader is still broken or not, if you still have the problem afterwards. So I've already got it installed, so I'm not going to worry about this. The other system we want to show you is on the Discover Store. You can download a program called Heroic. I'll have some timestamps down there in the bottom, so you can skip this if you have already done it. Heroic. So what Heroic does is it allows you to download games from Epic Games, GOG, or Amazon Games and play them on your Steam Deck. So when you do download it, be sure to come down into your launcher down here, Heroic, right click and add it to Steam. That way you have a Steam shortcut to be able to open the Heroic launcher while you're still in game mode. That way you don't have to come back and forth here. Because this layout here has full controller support and is designed for game mode. You got a quit button right here, just close it out. So this is a great system to be able to manage your non-Steam games. One of the important things to show here is if you ever download a game, it usually downloads to a default path somewhere on your Steam Deck. But in this case, I wanted to move it to the SD card. To do that, you go up here to the three dots and you can say Move Game, and then you just choose where on your system. Yeah, it gives you a warning, but this game is very small. You can choose where in your system or select your SD card. And my personal preference is always have a folder named Heroic and drop the game inside of that. That way you know where this game came from. As long as you do this within the Heroic interface, any shortcut that was added to Steam will work properly. So there's an option here. I can remove the shortcut from Steam, or if I don't have it yet, it'll say add shortcut to Steam. But you can set it here in the defaults to always add games to Steam automatically. One thing to note, when you're first setting this up, you need to go down here to Wine Manager and you want to download the latest version of GE Proton. GE, Glorious Eggroll, they're a group of independent developers that have taken Steam's Proton to the next level, and they're constantly upgrading it, so this compatibility layer may be even better than Steam's built-in Proton. So this is a great system in case there's specific versions of Proton that work better with certain games. You can explicitly select which Proton version to work with which game. But personally, just use the latest, and that should be the greatest. I'll go ahead and close this out. And now we should be ready to return back to game mode, because we have now installed Heroic and the Decky Loader plugin system. Alright, now that we're back in game mode, you can go down to Decky Loader plugin. If you just installed it from fresh, you won't see any plugins here. To download plugins, you come up here, let this refresh, it'll pull from its database, and you can search for MicroSDeck. There you go. And then you just hit install. I've already got it installed, which is why it's saying reinstall. If you ever have an issue with an install, you can come in here to reinstall, or you can select a different version if needed. The other thing is if plugins have updates, you go into the Decky Loader settings down here in plugins, and it'll say update for any of them that have an update pending. You want to come in here every once in a while and update Decky Loader itself, just in case, to try to keep ahead of any of those game-breaking bugs that could happen. The other app you'll need is TabMaster, and that's pretty much it. MicroSDeck is pretty much plug and play. So you just plug in a new SD card. You go ahead and eject this Evo 512. And you can see the star disappeared, showing that that SD card is no longer installed. I'm going to install the Jackbox card into the bottom of the Steam Deck. Wait for it to recognize, and there you go. It's all there. That's pretty much it. Full disclaimer: you only have access to the SD card slot in the Steam Deck. I've tested this out with SD cards and hard drives and docks and other adapters, and it doesn't seem to work for now. I'm working with the developer to see if it's even possible to expand this functionality. But if that ever happens, I'll update this video later. So leave questions and comments down there in the below, and I'll respond as soon as I can. Thanks for watching.